Hi there, my name is Jenny. We're going to do some flowing this morning. It's going to be a little bit more on the high energy side, so definitely want to get the blood pumping and get ourselves moving and just shift some energy around and hopefully leave you feeling really good and really kind of ready for the day. If you just need something a little bit more soft and gentle, please feel free to just take modifications, slow this right down, and really make it what you need. Okay, we're going to get straight into it. Finding your way into child's pose. Knees come nice and wide, big toes come together to touch, and towards the back end of your mat. And just starting to slowly make your way down and walking your hands towards the top edge of your mat. Chest comes down and maybe your forehead comes to the mat, or if that's a little bit too intense for you, you can either stack your fists on top of each other to make a little headrest for yourself, or forearms on top of each other. Just finding your way into child's pose that suits exactly where you're at right now. And starting to slow your breath right down. I'm starting to bring some awareness to your breath, and maybe noticing the sensations of the inhale, the air as it passes through the nostrils on the way in, maybe some coolness, maybe noticing how the breath moves your body, your chest rises and falls, your belly moves up and down, and starting to create a rhythm with your breath. You may notice that your exhale becomes slightly longer than your inhale. And just staying with that rhythm. And starting to just notice how your body's feeling. Maybe noticing some areas of tightness or tension, potentially around the neck and shoulders or hips. And start to offer your breath into those areas, encouraging softness. Just noticing how your energy is. Maybe setting an intention for your practice if there's something that you want to work with. Maybe this is about you escaping and just being able to switch off from everything external right now and just spend time with your focus completely switched inwards. Just the simplicity of breath and movement. I'm just going to take a few more breaths here. Starting to just feel the spine lengthening, the crown of the head just reaching just forward slightly as the tailbone lengthens back and down. The hips just releasing with every exhale. And just taking a final breath here. And on your next inhale, we're going to start to just move up and forwards, finding our way into tabletop. I'm going to spread the fingers really nice and wide, making sure the shoulders are stacked over wrists, hips over knees, hands about shoulder width apart, and knees about hip width apart. And finding a nice neutral spine, crown of the head reaching forward, sit bones back. I'm just going to start to warm up through our spine, Taking some cat-cows. So as we inhale, belly dips, shoulders draw back. Feel that nice opening through the chest, gazing forward, maybe up if that feels okay for your neck. And as you exhale, let's press the ground away. Tuck the tailbone, release the head, and round out through your upper back. Inhale, belly starts to dip, shoulders draw back. And exhale, press into the hands, the tops of the feet, and get that rounding through the spine. Keep moving now with your breath. This beautiful rhythm of breath that you've created. Just let that guide the speed at which you move. Maybe keeping the eyes closed here. Just allowing you to really feel the sensations. Notice the feedback that you're getting from your body. How's your spine feeling? Got a few more breaths here, so feel free to take any movements that you need or you know that you like to take. So maybe some circling of the spine, a few one direction and then swapping directions. Maybe looking back towards each heel, so wagging the dog, wagging the tail. Feeling into your side body. Maybe forwards and backwards, taking the sit bones all the way back to the heels, and as you come forward, just coming forward over the wrists, just starting to wake the wrists up nice and gently and really slowly through these first few moments of practice, just to get really connected with your body. Having that awareness around our physical bodies so we can be really mindful, making sure that we're practicing safely and avoiding putting ourselves into any kind of danger. Maybe just noticing that you're feeling really strong and ready for just being able to move the energy around. Okay, and coming back to find your neutral spine position. On your next inhale, you're going to take the right arm forwards. Good. Just drawing up belly button towards your spine. And then from here, we're going to take the left leg back. Good. So you've got a nice active core here. Trying to keep as stable as we can, maybe noticing a little bit of wobbling happening. Just drawing the limbs into the midline. Good. Just taking a couple more breaths. And then you can either just stay here holding this or maybe taking the arm, the leg out to about 45 degrees. So just going to challenge the center of balance a little more. So really draw up on your belly button towards your spine. Taking one more inhale. And exhale, bring the arm and leg back to center. Ground that right hand, left knee back down. Good. On your next inhale, left hand's going to reach forward. Good. Taking one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, right leg reaches back. Good. So just find that balance between that right hand, left knee, pressing down, drawing belly button up towards the spine. You only want that foot around hip height, not too high. Really press through the heels and energy back. Neither staying here or starting to take that arm or leg out. And hold. Good. Taking one more inhale. And exhale back to center, grounding that hand and knee back down. Nice. From here, we're just going to simply move ourselves back into downward facing dog. So we take an inhale here in neutral spine, tucking the toes. And as we exhale, lift the sit bones up, press back, finding your downward facing dog. I always invite lots of movement here, especially if this is your first down dog for the day, like it is mine. You might be feeling a little stiff and the hamstrings a little tight, so bend the knees as much as you need. And just making sure the feet are about hip width, which is about 2 of your fists between your feet, if you can imagine that.
Propelling the legs one at a time, maybe taking the knees all the way down to the mat and lifting back up. When we press into the hands, making sure you're pressing into that thumb and second finger, spinning the inner arms up towards the sky. Chest just releases back towards your thighs, head's nice and heavy. Maybe coming into some stillness here, just allowing the heels to drop back towards your mat. And keep the knees as bent as you need. So you really want those sit bones up nice and high. Want length through the spine here. I'm just going to take another 2 breaths. Good. Taking final inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to walk the feet all the way to the top of the mat, finding a forward fold. Again, keeping the feet about hip width, allowing the spine just to melt over the legs. Arms can either just dangle towards the mat, or you might like to come into ragdoll here by grabbing opposite elbows, allowing the head to be heavy. And again, you can either just stay here in some stillness or invite movement, your choice. Maybe moving the weight from one foot to the other, side to side, or backwards and forwards between the heels and the balls of the feet. And just evenly placing the weight between the feet and just starting to move the torso, the upper body from side to side, creating a nice little C curve with the spine. And with every exhale, just allowing yourself to let go. Breathing out anything that you don't need, you might be holding on to, any kind of tension or stress. Just really letting go here. And just coming to center, finding stillness, taking an inhale. And as you exhale, release the arms, start to heel toe the feet in towards each other, big toes touch, heels slightly apart. If you have any kind of lower back pain, keep the feet at hip width. We're going to start to slowly roll up here, taking our time, starting to stack the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Allowing the shoulders to roll back and down, arms start to come up. In a nice neutral pelvis here, so tailbone lengthens down, belly button draws towards the spine, kneecaps lift up the legs, nice active legs here, maybe closing down the eyes, just find your center, really ground down through your feet. And we're going to bring the hands together, pistol grip the hands, so just the index fingers are extended. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, lean over to your right side. Good. Just noticing what's happening with that left shoulder. Just draw it back so it's staying nice and square here. Take another inhale. Exhale back to center. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, left side. Good. Take a final inhale. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, take the hands apart, take the gaze up. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forward, hinging at the hips, hands through heart. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Hold here just for a couple of breaths. Hands can either float or find the legs or maybe even the mat. We're on a nice flat back here, so think about drawing the shoulder blades together, crown the head reaching forward, sit bones back. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, fold and release. And just one breath this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take the hands to your mat, stepping back, finding high plank. And now remember, you can always drop the knees at any point you need. If you're working on just building strength here, take the knees to the mat. Or if you're wanting a little bit more of a gentle practice this morning, or this afternoon, this evening, wherever you're at. If you're wanting to keep it a little bit more strong, lift the knees. And on your next inhale, shift slightly forward. As we exhale, we lower, hug the elbows in so they sweep past the ribs. All the way down, belly grounds. Inhale, shoulders roll back, finding cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press up and back, downward facing dog. 2 big breaths. And take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, walk, step or hop all the way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, find halfway lift. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale to stand, big breath in, all the way up, reach the arms. Exhale as you hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, take halfway. Exhale, hands ground, stepping back, high to low plank, drop knees if you need. We inhale high, lower as we exhale. Inhale, cobra or up dog if and when you're ready. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog, 2 big breaths. And on your next inhale, the right leg's going to lift, 3-legged dog. Yeah, so we're going to press up and back. Like this leg's an extension of your spine, send energy through your heel. Taking one more inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knee, bring it into the chest. Step your foot between your hands. Ground your back heel down. We're going to come up into warrior one. Good. Now, depth is always optional here. So obviously the lower that you sink your hips, the quicker intensity is going to rise into the legs. So you can lift the hips, take the intensity out, making sure we press into the knife edge of that back foot. We want to try and square the hips towards the top edge of the mat. It may never look like they're square, but that's the intention. So hug that right thigh bone back, draw that left hip around, internally rotate through that back leg. Press into the knife edge of your left foot, inner arch slightly lifts. Good, arms can either reach or just hands to your hips. Again, your choice. Find your breath. Maybe sinking the hips a little low with every exhale. And then from here, we're going to stay in the legs. Bring the arms down. Take your hands behind your lower back, interlace the fingers. Good. Roll the shoulders back and down. Get that nice opening through the chest. Good. Take an inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to find humble warrior. So bring the body down as low as you want to go again. You can keep it a little higher here, or try and get the torso parallel with that front leg. The more we bend into the front leg, the more we need to press into that back foot. So we're trying to shift weight backwards. It's not all in that front leg. Good, just taking 2 more breaths here. Nice, and from here we're going to start to release the bind in the hands and spin onto the ball of the left foot, that back foot. And on your next inhale, sweep the arms up, finding crescent lunge. Good, so you can either heel toe that front foot out a little to create a wider stance, creates more stability, or ground that back knee. Wherever you are, always focusing on hugging the inner thighs inwards, pelvic floor lifting up, belly button to spine. Staying with your breath. And from here, we're going to start to bring the weight into your front foot and step into warrior 3. Ooh. Remember, core engagement here, draw belly button to spine. Arms reaching forward. You might like to bring hands to heart or reach the hands back. Your choice. Nice and active through that standing leg. Lift the kneecap up. Send the energy through that left heel. 2 more breaths. Nice, and then from here we're going to bend that left knee, bring it into your chest as we stand up, finding stork pose. Take that knee as high as you can. Good. Holding here. And then we're going to bring that left ankle onto the top of the right knee and start to come back into our one-legged chair pose. Good. Elbows can find that left leg, maybe binding, using the toes and the foot there. You might like to play around with this a little, bring the hands to the mat if that's there for you. Trying to sink nice and deep. Good, just taking one more breath here. And on your next inhale, we're going to come back up, finding stork pose. Reach that knee nice and high. Good, and then from here, we're going to take that left foot and drop it behind our right. Good, bringing hands to hips, taking inhale. And as we exhale, coming to a forward fold. Good, just getting a nice stretch through the IT band here. Maybe hands find the mat, maybe you need a block for the hands. Releasing the head here. Just 2 more breaths. And from here, bringing weight into your right foot. We're going to step that left foot all the way back with control, finding low lunge. Good, feel free to ground the back foot here if that feels better for you. Maybe just a little wiggle through the hips. Some forwards and backwards movement. Again, whatever you need, maybe stillness is where you're at. And grounding that left hand down now. On your next inhale, the right arm is going to reach up, finding a twist. Really press through that left hand, extend through the right, press into the ball of your back foot. Taking one more inhale. And as you exhale, right hand comes down, stepping back. Find your high plank, take an inhale, lower on your exhale. Cobra or up dog, take an inhale. And exhale. Downward facing dog, 2 big breaths. On your next inhale, left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Good, lift up but also press back. Send energy through your heel, taking one more inhale. And as you exhale, knee to chest, step the foot between your hands, ground that right heel down and sweep the arms up. Warrior 1. So again, make any little adjustments that you need, maybe a wider stance. Shuffle the feet a little bit, really press into the knife edge of that back foot. Bring that right hip around, draw that left thigh bone back. Focus on where the ribs are. You want to try and get them square as well. And again, hands to hips or reaching above. Finding your breath. Good, just taking one more inhale here. Then bringing the hands down, interlacing the fingers behind your lower back. Roll the shoulders back, open through the chest. Good, one more inhale. And on your next exhale, bringing the body down. Again, as low as you want to go, maybe bringing the torso in line with that front thigh. Pressing into your back foot. Keep length through the spine here. Keep drawing the hands back behind you. Good, just for a final breath. Then from here, release the hands, spin onto the ball of your back foot, and inhale, sweep the arms up, Crescent Lunge. Again, make any adjustments here that you need, a wider stance or grounding that back knee down. Hug the inner thighs towards the midline, pelvic floor lifts up, belly button to spine. And start to bring that weight into the left foot and step into your warrior 3. Good, again, arms can reach forward, hands to heart, hands reaching back, aeroplane. Wherever you are, just try and focus on a nice, strong standing leg. Good, just 2 more breaths here. And on your next inhale, we're going to stand up. Bring that knee with you. Take it nice and high. Arms reach. Stork pose. Good. Taking a breath here. And then that right ankle is going to find the top of that left thigh, and we're going to sit back into our one-legged Utkatasana, one-legged chair or one-legged squat. Again, finding the depth that feels right for you, maybe playing around a little, hands to mat. Just a final breath here. And on your next inhale, back to stork pose. Arms reach high, knee reaches high. Hold here. And then we take that right foot behind the left. Hands come to hips. Take an inhale, get length through the spine. And exhale, hinging at your hips. Forward fold. And just noticing that nice stretch to the side of the leg, that IT band. Kind of that connective tissue on the outside of the leg, all the way from the hip to the knee to the shin bone. If you've been super physically active, maybe lots of cycling or hiking or swimming, you might find that you experience quite a tight IT band, so it's nice to stretch it out. I think for everyone it's nice to stretch it out. Good, just taking a final breath here. And then bringing weight into that left foot, we're going to take the right foot, step it all the way back, low lunge. Once again, ground the knee if that feels better for you, or stay on the ball of the foot. Maybe just moving the hips around a little, encouraging them to just release, creating a nice environment for that to happen. That resistance can play a big part in how deep we can get. So every exhale, just encouraging that softness. And from here, bringing the right hand down, and on your next inhale, left arm reaches up and open. Press the ground away, reach the hand high. Good. Taking one more inhale. And exhale, left hand comes down, left foot steps back. Inhale, high plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, heart lifts, cobra or up dog. And exhale, press back. Downward facing dog, 2 big breaths. We're going to start to flow this now, so we're going to get a little bit quicker. Please know that you can just make this your own. If you want to slow it down, take extra breaths in any position. Just do what you need. Here we go. On your next inhale, right leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot all the way forward, ground the back heel. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, find the bind, lower down, humble warrior. Inhale, spin onto the ball of the back foot, sweep the arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, step into your warrior 3. Inhale, come high, stork pose. Exhale, find your one-legged chair squat. Inhale, come back up, stork pose. Exhale, ground the left foot behind the right, forward fold. Inhale, just take a little halfway lift here. And then exhale, step that left foot all the way back, low lunge. Inhale, left hand grounds, right arm reaches. Exhale, hand down, step it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot forward, ground the back heel. Warrior 1, inhale. Exhale, take the arm bind, bring it low, humble warrior. Inhale, spin onto the ball of the back foot, sweep the arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, step into your warrior 3. Inhale, stork pose, knee high. Exhale, sink low, one-legged squat. Inhale, come back up, stork pose. Exhale, right foot behind left, forward fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, low lunge. Inhale, take the twist, left arm high. Exhale, bring the hand down, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, press back. Let's go again. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through, ground the back heel. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, crescent lunge, sweep the arms up. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, stork pose, knee high. Exhale, coming into our one-legged squat. Inhale, stork pose. Exhale, forward fold, left foot behind right. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, low lunge. Inhale, right arm up, twist. Exhale, step it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, press it back. Left foot lifts, inhale. Exhale, step it through, ground that right heel down. Inhale, sweep up, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior, sink low. Inhale, sweep the arms, crescent lunge. Exhale, step in, warrior three. Inhale, knee high, stork pose. Excuse me. Exhale, one-legged chair squats. Inhale, knee high. Exhale, right behind left, forward fold. Inhale, take halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, low lunge. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, step it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Through your vinyasa, you can always just press straight back to down dog if you don't want to take that vinyasa. Let's go again, one more time each side. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, ground the back heel. Inhale, sweep up, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, sweep up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, stork pose, knee high. Exhale, low down to your one-legged squat. Inhale, knee high again. Exhale, left foot behind right, find your fold. Inhale, take a halfway. Exhale, left foot steps all the way back, low lunge. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, step back. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Last time, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it all the way through. Ground the back heel down. Inhale, sweep up, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, crescent lunge, sweep the arms. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, stork pose, get that knee nice and high. Exhale, come down into your one-legged squat. Inhale, back up, stork pose. Exhale, right behind left, take the fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, low lunge. Inhale, let's take the twist, reach the right fingers all the way up. Exhale, come back. Your choice, vinyasa or straight back to downward facing dog. We'll all meet there anyway in our down dog. Just to take a few breaths. Feel free to drop into child's pose here if that's what you need. Knowing our down dog and child's pose, both our resting poses one a little more active than the other. Again, it's just about acknowledging what you need and going there. Just a couple more breaths here. Just noticing how your body's feeling. We've moved a little. And just taking another full inhale and exhale. And if you're in child's pose, feel free to keep staying there if that's what you need, or make your way back up into downward facing dog. From down dog, you're just going to walk your feet all the way to the top of your mat. Finding a forward fold. Feet hip width. Just pistol gripping the big toes. Taking a nice forward fold here. Again, as always, the knees can be as bent as you need. Maybe now we've moved a little, you'll find you can straighten the legs a little bit more and send the knees back to the back of your room. Releasing your head. Keeping the bind, take a little halfway lift just to bring some length into the spine, and then exhale, fold back, find depth. Just taking a final inhale and exhale. I'm just releasing the bind. I'm going to roll up nice and slowly here. And just bringing the weight into your left foot. We're going to come into tree pose, so either taking a kickstand or the sole of foot to the calf or to the inner thigh, just making sure that we're not pressing inwards on the knee. And whenever you're ready, just bringing the hands to the heart, making sure that standing leg's nice and strong, sole of foot pressing in, so you want a nice, solid connection, otherwise you'll get some wobbles here. And just finding one place to soften your gaze. Maybe even closing down your eyes for a little bit more of a challenge. And the arms can do whatever they like. So hands in heart, maybe arms start to come up and extend. You might like to take reverse prayer behind your lower back. Again, just wherever you feel like you need to be. Embracing any kind of wobbles that are happening. Just taking a few breaths here, just to find some stillness, find some calm. And then really slowly bringing the hands back into heart, taking that right foot back down to the mat. Maybe shaking the legs out a little here, and just starting to swap it over. Right foot grounds. Again, just setting it up, not expecting one side to be like the last, because we can often be quite different from one side to the other. I know which side is my preference for balance, and it was my other side. So again, just taking what you need, taking the time to set it up. Get that nice solid connection happening from that standing leg, the sole of the left foot. Belly button draws in towards the spine. Nice, just smooth, slow breath. And just a couple more breaths here. And just slowly releasing that left foot back down. Give the legs a little shake. I don't know about you, but I just know that trees pose that I always go to if life feels a little chaotic. You can always just bust out a little tree pose and just get really centered and grounded. And taking the feet nice and wide to the edge of your mat, we're going to drop the hips down, coming into Malasana. Maybe taking a block underneath the sit bones if that's a little too deep for you. And bringing the elbows into the knees, pressing the knees back. Let's feel that nice long spine here. And if you've got loads of energy and some time, and feel free to play around with crow pose from here. We're just going to keep moving though. So just taking one more breath. And then from here, just dropping the sit bones all the way to the mat. Good. Just shuffling the hips back a little. Legs go nice and long. Removing the flesh from underneath the sit bones. And take an inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Just letting the hands land wherever they do, from the shins, around the ankles, maybe around your feet. Feel free to bend the knees a little if you want to be able to grab the feet. Just taking 2 more breaths here. Nice. And start to walk the hands back up the legs, lift the torso back up. You're going to plant the feet down, shuffle the hips to the sit bones forward. So we've got to bend through the knees. We're just going to come down onto our back bodies. So you can either support yourself down, or you can make this a little bit more of a core activation. So hands reaching forward, and just take your time. Really hug the belly button to spine. Good, and then from here, just allowing the legs to go long, arms reach over your head. Take a nice big full body stretch. Good, and then bending the knees back up. We're going to take the legs, extend them towards the ceiling or the sky, depending on where you're practicing this morning. Maybe you're out in the open. And I'm just coming to a really gentle inversion. You might like to place a block underneath your sacrum to lift the hips a little. You might like to take shoulder stand here, or even headstand if it's in your practice. Wherever you are, just connecting back to your breath. As we start to slow down a little, the mind can start to wander. So just always bringing it back, just noticing the inhale and the exhale. Noticing any sensations you're getting from your body, any feedback. Just allowing that to keep you here in your practice. Just taking a final 2 breaths. And then starting to bring your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, maybe some little circles. Releasing through the lower back. And keeping that right knee hugged in, extend the left leg long. We're going to just shuffle the hips to the right a little, so we can draw the right knee, over to the left side. So we get that nice stacking of the hips. If the knee doesn't ground, that's fine. We just want to make sure the shoulder blades stay connected to your mat. Maybe gazing out over your right hand. Just taking one more breath here. And drawing your belly button in towards your spine as you start to lift that right knee back up into center. And then we're just simply going to swap it over. So extend the right leg long, bring the left knee in, give it a little squeeze, shuffle the hips to the left side, bring the knee over to your right. Arms go out, get that left shoulder blade and just bring it back down so it's grounded on the mat. Maybe looking over that left hand. Taking a final breath here. Once again, drawing belly button to spine so we can lift that knee back up to center. And from here, we're setting up for our final pose, which is Shavasana. So feel free to let the legs go long, feet nice and wide and falling out, arms away from the body, palms facing up. You might like to take Supta Baddha Konasana here, so bring the soles of the feet together and just letting the knees fall out. Whatever your preferred position is, just to finish your practice with a few mindful breaths, just allowing this to all settle. Wherever you are, if you can even take just 5 breaths before you start to make your way out. And stay here for as long as you can or as long as you need. I'm going to start to just make my way up. And I'll leave you here this morning or again this afternoon, this evening, whenever it is that you might be doing this practice. But I hope you've enjoyed this flow. I hope you've got some energy to take into the rest of your day. And I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.